Teofemale Lopez. The closet can't seem to contain them. Let's talk.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex alive is more than the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. Nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bros on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Now, this has been out for about a week. You know, I just wanted everybody to get their say off or whatever, but I'm not letting anything go. I just take my time when speaking on it. And as of late, a few things have been happening. First and foremost, Turkey Al-Sheikh came through and he's putting people on blast. Money's not the issue. I have the funds to finance what you said you was going to do as a boxer, and I can provide you with the competition that'll be that'll substantiate your career, win or lose, on your resume. Turkey is putting people in the ring, facing each other, and whether the winner or lose, whether you win or lose, you still have that person on your resume, which is fine by me. It's boxing. Rarely people get out the sport undefeated. It's rare. It's not impossible, but it's rare, especially when they fight their contemporaries. Right? Right. Now, what does this have to do with this picture? I'll tell you. For a few years now, Teofemale Lopez, who's a talented boxer, one of his biggest complaints was, I haven't touched the mill yet. Those are his words, not mine. He's been quote unquote trolling, like these kids say. I've been seeing, like, I saw a video of him, putting garbage into a garbage truck. Somebody says, "Hey, ain't you Teofemale Lopez?" And he says something like, "Oh no, I got to pay the bills." I guess that was a little jokey joke. What up? I remember the George Kambosos fight that was postponed a million times. He was trying to go to Triller. He talked bad on Bob Arum. Without getting too deep into that, he finally fights George Kambosos right here in New York, and he lost. George Kambosos, with that win, became unified champion. There's a lot behind that. He went on to fight Devin Haney 2 times in a losing effort, but at least George Kambosos has a win against Teofemale Lopez and 2 losses versus Devin Haney, but at least he fought him twice. And he has a Lomachenko fight under his belt, which Teofemale also has. There's a certain fight at 135 that can't say as much, but we're not talking about him. We're talking about this gentleman right here, or if you want to call him. You know what? I'm not even going to call him a gentleman, because this kid is whacked out of his skull. Literally. Didn't his ex-wife or baby mama or whatever told him to go get some therapy? And now she's with a black man, and his sister's with a black man, and he went on a anti-black fighter tirade. So I'm not going to call him a gentleman. I'm calling him a punk. He's trying to play the race card, and he's trying to turn heads, and what he's doing to turn heads is for the wrong reason. He's not trying to be famous. He's trying to be infamous. All right, because he's always famous for being a jerk. And this was the latest thing. This is something that he don't need to do. Now, if you're familiar with Hollywood and what they try and do with men, black men in particular, as a way of welcoming you into the in crowd, one of the things you have to do, and I've heard actors speak on this, is put on that wig and that dress. Now, I don't know what's going on here. I don't think anyone made him do this. I think, and I'm going to approach this from a different angle, I think that he put this wig on for this podcast, not to be funny, because I don't know what he was doing here. Whatever point he had to make, he could have did it without the wig. I promise you he could have done it without the wig. But he put it on because I think he's letting certain powers that be know I'm available to be compromised. If you think what happens in the entertainment industry and in the music industry, something that I spoke on my Patreon, go follow my Patreon. If you think that the industry of boxing isn't any different, you're wrong. I spoke to the queen, Rachel Donaire, and she was telling me it's amazing what you hear when these mid-card fighters are trying to come up and make a living in boxing. And she said it's amazing what you hear when they start talking and they get a little drink in them. If you think favors for flavors doesn't exist in the realm of boxing, you're wrong. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And if you're a fan, it's an acronym. Shout out to my brother Champside, Freaky A, N-word. If you like that and you're in a position of power, somewhere in boxing, from what I understand, if you're for sale, you're for sale. Now, that's how I'm approaching this for two reasons. Number one, I don't like Teofemale Lopez. All right, so y'all can try and figure this out and justify it. You can say, oh, he was just clowning. Do you clown and put wigs on? Before you brush this off, did he need to do this? And then think about if your son was doing this. If your brother, older or younger, was doing this. Your male cousin was doing this. No man should do this. This right here. Looks to me he's sending out a message. Now you can say I'm overreacting, but I know what I know, and it's a possibility he's sending out a message. The things that he says, how do we know he's not saying it because he has been compromised? Hey, Tio, you know what? I need you to run off at the mouth. Be a little edgy. Edgy to him might be, behave a little racist. He buddies up with Ryan Garcia, who totally flipped his wig, and nobody holds this man accountable but us. If you're a black person and you still find humor and you can overlook what Teofemale Lopez has said and done and what Ryan Garcia has said and done, then you're no brother of mine. Unsubscribe. It's cool. It's cool. That goes for other YouTubers. That goes for anyone that follows my channel. That goes for other athletes. I have no problem. I want quantity, not I'm sorry. I want quality, not quantity. I can do without it. Now, this man has mental issues. All right. This man has sat on ESPN and said that the boxing world sees more value in black fighters than others, which is completely false. This is coming from a man that said, and I quote, matter of fact, you know what I'll do? Forget everything. What I'll do is I will actually play you what this kid said way back in 2018 in reference to Devin Haney. If you're finding me for the first time, welcome. But listen to what he said about Devin Haney. This is 2018.
Hey, Devin Haney made a comment, trying to make whatever it is. But at the end of the day, Devin, you don't know. The WBC is not going to have you, even if you do the competition, they're not going to have you fight for the title. You can get mad at everything. I'm fighting for the title after this fight, for the IBF. And then after that, me and Loma for all four. And where are you? You're not going to get a shot, bro. And you don't know that, but we do. And that's what we did. I'm not going to fight more fights. So it is what it is, man. Talk what you got to talk, my dude. But at the end of the day, you're not becoming a world champion at 135.
Basically, what he was saying is he's in cahoots with the WBO, right? Who notoriously owned by Top Rank. WBO is an acronym for whatever Bob orders. Bob Arum, Top Rank invaded the FBI, raided their offices. He admitted to fixing fights. They have a no black fighter board in the house, confirmed by Cameron Duncan. I could play it right now, but I'm not gonna, because I'm trying to keep this video to a certain time. But Cameron Duncan, the late great Cameron Duncan, he passed some time ago. He confirmed that. All right, and this is who he was in cahoots with. Also, he was in cahoots with the WBC. How do I know this? because they made a franchise status for Vasily Lomachenko in order for him to avoid Devin Haney. The franchise status original rules were you can't be a WBC champion and be a franchise champion at the same time. You have to vacate one. What Vasily Lomachenko did was he dumped the real belt and accepted the franchise status. When Lomachenko was asked why did he do that, he said, no, Mauricio offered it to me. Mauricio said, no, it's in the rules. You have to request it, and then we got to vote on it. So I don't know who's lying, but my thing is, Loma, if it was offered to you, you didn't have to accept it. And if you requested it, why didn't you want to fight Devin at first? We all know why. Because when they did fight, he lost, but whatever. Then when Loma gets in the ring with Teo and he lost, magically the rules changed because the original rules for the franchise status was it was not transferable. Once you get it, you're good. You have it forever. Teo beats Loma magically. He was running around with all those belts, and especially the green belt, the fake one, talking about I'm undisputed, which was a lie. Devin had the belt. That's why they started calling him an email champion, a phrase that's since vanished. No one uses that term email champion because you know why? Once Devin became undisputed amidst the WBC and WBO fusion to try and freeze Devin out, which failed because the very next fight Teofemale Lopez fought, he lost to George Kambosos. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm just gonna give you a brief timeline. All right, when that happened, all of a sudden the franchise status disappeared. By the way, the WBA strap, after Devin became undisputed, after beating George Kambosos not once but twice, won it in Australia and then defended it in Australia. When he went to 140, he vacated his titles. WBA went to give it to Tank Davis. Tank Davis says, man, I don't want that crap. But he has it now. No one called him an email champion. So there goes that. It's reserved for fighters that you don't like. But all of this revolves around Teofemale Lopez. Okay, he could have been undisputed. Once he beat Loma, all he had to do was fight Devin. And he started acting a fool. And now he's running around with wigs on. I don't know what he said on this podcast. I'm not interested. But this is uncalled for. And before you come in my comment section talking about, oh, he was just goofing around. Would you wear a wig? To say anything. Would you wear a wig? Would you want your son wearing a wig? This kid needs therapy. His brain issues is why his marriage failed. I want you to understand that. And in order to market himself, what is he doing? Running around saying, why can't I say the N-word? Why does it always have to go back to black people? All this kid had to do was beat George Kambosos. You already beat Vasily Lomachenko. You could have fought Devin Haney. Win or lose, we'd have respected it. And now, to get Tank Davis attention, you want to call him a monkey, whichever monkey wants the banana? You want to buddy up with Ryan Garcia after the tirade he went on? And you want me to respect this guy? And lo and behold, he's sitting on the couch wearing a damn wig. He's looking to be compromised. He's letting everyone know, I've turned my back on black people and I'm wearing this wig. I'm letting you guys know, all the people in that quote unquote Illuminati or whatever they call them, I'm ready to be taken. I need those millions. I ain't got no family no more. No girl. I'm ready to be taken. I need to be sitting on a bag or something. This kid has been compromised. He's looking to be compromised. This wig was a message. I've seen too much. I've been around cats in the music industry. The stuff that I know is ridiculous. And I'm going to say this, a lot of the things that people are alleging, you're not far off. Y'all just saw DJ Academics spill the beans on himself. We'll see when you get around these guys and they get too comfortable and they think that they can't be touched, they start doing things like he did. And this kid, Teofemale Lopez, just wants to be welcomed into the club. And that's a shame because as a boxer, he is talented. Did you ever hear me say that Teofemale's trash? No. But now this kid's running around with a wig. The closet cannot contain them. You see it happening. Tank talking funny. This guy's wearing wigs. You got YouTubers talking about, whoa, Devin Haney sold his house. Where do you want to live? But Tank Davis braids. And it's an ish show. And like I told you before, all you got to do is just pay attention. Just watch these guys. They're going to tell you exactly who they are. So it is what it is. You can disagree, but I know what I'm looking at. Before you disagree, let me know if you're going to troll about wearing a wig. And then post a picture and tag me in it so I can see. Because if this is what you kids are doing today, we're gone. I'm waiting for God to hurdle the asteroid because we got hurdle some asteroids towards you because I'm good over here. But you can be eliminated. I'm good. This is ridiculous. I don't identify with any of this. Bronx on deck.
Move!